When you click open this document, you might find a pop-up that shows enable content. Please click that button, the enable content, to be able to activate the macros, which is critical in using this tool. In addition, I made this tool for personal and practical use, and you might find it different from regular accounting methods. Also, I made this tool in the perspective of a registered nurse working here in the United States. The main goal of this tutorial is to help you navigate this tool and start you up doing data entry, tracking, and monitoring your financial data. You might have some questions about personal finance and strategies, and we can address that on the next video. For now, let's focus on navigation and data entry. First, let's click the sheet Visioned Income. For job number one, let's say you work 40 hours a week, you have a wage of $30, and it will auto compute for you. Job number two, you don't have any, and you don't have business or other income yet, and you're assuming that you'll be working 54 weeks for the year. And your government taxes plus automated investments, meaning 401k, health savings account, and other automated investments, that would total to, let's assume, 30%. And that will leave you a projected annual income after tax, $45,360. Okay, so now we're ready to budget. Under budget, I already prepared categories for you. But if you feel like editing it, you may. You just have to follow these instructions. When editing the letters or words under the budget column, you must update pivot table by number one, navigating to money out sheet. Number two, click money out pivot table manual filter. Number three, select all and refresh. So how to do that? You want to edit grocery to food. Okay. So in order to update the system, just click cash out sheet, click filters, select all, click OK, and then click calculate or refresh. Let's go back to our budgeting. But if you don't want to edit anything, then you'll be fine. You don't have to do that process. Now you'll start budgeting. Just enter data in accordance to the categories that you have agreed upon. I have prepared data here, and I'm just copy paste it here. But in your case, you have to go one by one. In your case, you have to go one by one to decide how your budget goes. And after you decided for a budget, click refresh, and it will automatically sort out the data for you from greatest to largest. And it also give you a visualization of your top 7 expenses. Now we're done with the budgeting. Let's learn how to do the data entry for cash journal. Let's assume that you have a beginning balance in your checking account of $5,000. So how do we enter that? So this will be our transaction number one. Date will be today. Make sure for the under month, you only do the first 3 letters under month so that the system can read it. The description will be money left over from last year. The description, it doesn't have to follow any format. It is free text, so you can describe whatever you want. And then category, it should be accurate. So there are 2 ways to fill in the category section. You can start typing and it will autofill for you, or you can select under the list. Okay, so click paycheck, and then the amount of 5,000. So now you have an available balance of 5,000 because you have a beginning balance of 5,000 left over from last year. Now your transaction number 2 will be, let's say you received your paycheck. You can just copy the formula and then paycheck from job 1. Then that will be under cash in, okay? Because any money that comes in will be considered cash in. And paycheck. Say you got 2,500 for the first 15 days. After that, you decided to pay your rent. Your formula. Then now this is an expense, so we will record that under cash out. So click category there, and then you can find rent or mortgage, or you can just type rent, and then it will autofill for you. Let's say your rent is 700 according to the budget, and after you paid your rent, you went to buy grocery. It's worth 120. All right. So after doing data entry, go to the cash out sheet and then click calculate, and it will calculate for you according to the dates, and it will summarize for you and categorize it through months and also the grand total. And you can also see here your available balance according to your money in or cash in. So for a cash in, let's click calculate, and boom, you have 7,500 for the month of March. And under budget, just click refresh. You don't have to do anything about it, but just if you would like, just click refresh. And this one, it will give you the meter, the budget and expense meter. So you see here under rent or mortgage, you have paid 700, so it's already filled. That's 100% paid for the month of March. And if you see the annual perspective, it's about like 1% from the annual perspective. Because for the total year, you're about to pay 8,400 for rent. Okay? So this is how you will appreciate the budget and expense meter. It will give you a visualization of your expenses, and you can react to it, and other visuals also. All right. So one example of a filled out data, it looks like this. Like let's say semi-annual. So your cash journal will look like this. All right. This is just a dummy data that we put in. Okay. Cash in, that's the budget. And this is how the budget and expense meter looks like. For example, for emergency fund, in January, you put in 150, and the meter is all filled in because, of course, your budget is only $80, but this is a good sign because this is emergency fund. Okay, and for the running year, probably you filled in about 70% of your budget. And more visualizations. We can have separate video and analyzing these visualizations. For now, let's focus on navigation and data entry. Okay, so that's all I have for you for now, and hopefully you'll start tracking your expenses, and then we'll discuss in the later videos on how to analyze your expenses using the budget and expense meter and visualizations, and also the pivot tables. Thank you, and have a nice day.